Hello students, in today's class we'll take the fourth chapter of the second book, and the name of the chapter is A Question of Trust. The prologue. It is generally said that you must set a thief to catch a thief. But it is also said that there is honor among thieves. Means the first belief says that generally people set a thief to catch another one because he better knows the all the pros and cons of a thief. And the second ideology, second belief system of the people says that no, one thief will never help you catch another thief because there is a kind of set honor among thieves. So let's search in through this story that which saying this story illustrates here. So in this story, there are two questions we'll have find out in first part of the story today. The first question is, what does Horace Denby like to collect? He must have, everyone has some hobbies. So here the protagonist in the story, that is Horace Denby, he may have some hobby to do. So let's find it out. Second is, why does he steal every year? He steals something. Maybe he is a thief. The character will search it out now. And the question asks that why he steals every year only. He does not does do this every now and then. He may have some own principle. So let's start. Everyone thought that Horace Denby was a good, honest citizen. So it means he was thought to be honest person. He was thought to be. It means he may not be 100% honest. And he was about 50 years old and unmarried fellow, and he lived with a housekeeper who worried over his health. He may be not having a good health, maybe not in pink health often every now and then. So in fact, he was usually very well and happy except for certain attacks of hay fever in summer. So what is hay fever? It's a new thing for us. If you search it, hay means actually dry. So hay is actually generally used for dry grass. Hay. But here hay fever means, and it's written next, summer. So hay fever in summer means it's a kind of fever because of summer. So summer fever we can call it. Dried one. So hay is known here for dry. And his profession is also given. Question may be asked, what would he do? So he would make locks, and he was successful enough at this business to have two helpers. Means he was good enough and he had two helpers. Okay. Horace Denby was good and respectable, but not completely honest. He was not completely honest. That's why I said in very starting that he was thought to be honest. He was honest or not, we'll search it out. So 15 years ago, Horace had served his first and only sentence in a prison library. Means he may be sentenced to some punishment. Sentence means he was ordered to some punishment, and he recently just completed it in the prison library because he was a good lover of books. So maybe he was given this choice work. He loved rare books, rare, expensive books. That was his hobby. So we all must have got our answer for first question that was in read and find out. So he robbed a safe every year just to, he was not a greedy kind of thief, I can say. He had this principle that he would steal or he would do burglar attempts when only he was in dire need. He was not a very means thief or greedy kind of thief. he had certain principles, he was rather kind. So only in the case of dire need he would steal. That is why he would hardly do this task every year. Each year he planned very carefully. He would spend his much time in planning it first, and then he would actually does this task only on rich families. So and he would earn that much from there that would be enough for one throughout the year. So he secretly bought the books and he loved through an agent. So he just read all these books and it was available to him through some agent because he is a thief, you well know, and he would do his hobbies satisfy even very secret manner. Now walking in the bright July sunshine, he felt sure that this year's robbery was going to be as successful as all the others. So this year even he was in a very kind of sure state of mind that this year the burglar attempt will be again a very normal course of action. So for 2 weeks he had been studying the house at Shortover Grange. So Shortover Grange is a place where he is going to execute his plan now. So looking at its rooms, its electric wiring, its paths and its garden means he would check it very properly. He would study, survey well to the place where he is going to apply his plan of action. And that is only nothing like novel. It is just an act of stealing things from there. So this afternoon, the two servants, the people who remained in the Grange while the family was in London, had gone to the movies. So he got all the information that the how rooms are there, electric wiring, how from very easily he can cut the electric wiring, and what are the routes to go, and how he will run away after doing his work complete, and its garden. So he just surveyed it very well, and he could learn that the two servants of that Grange, Shotover Grange house, that was a good bungalow kind of house, their two servants had gone to see some movie. And it was a very good chance for the thief, for Horace Denby, to go. So Horace saw them while going, and he felt very happy in spite of a little tickle of hay fever in his nose. So in spite of means in even after little tickle means light, slight touch of that hay fever. He was a very vulnerable fellow for this problem, what we call it, hay fever. So his every now and then he would suffer with this. So he felt little slight touch of hay fever on his nose. Tickling means that sneezing kind of. Okay. He came out from behind the garden wall, and he came in front side from that warden garden wall, and his tools he placed it carefully, packed it in a bag of own bag that he would take. So all the tools means maybe unlocking, or breaking the locks, all such kind of screwdrivers and all these things. There are about 15,000 pounds worth of jewels in the Grange safe, and he collected all information very meticulously first. This is the smartness of a thief. He arranged all the information, that what all he could get from that house. So what he measured it, he can get about 15,000 pounds worth of jewels in the Grange safe. And he would generally actually break the safe. He's a lockmaker, and he was 50 years old, and being married unmarried fellow, he was free to do all this. And so generally he would apply his expertise on breaking the safe, carrying the jewels. So if he sold them one by one, he is just estimating it right now, just imagining, If he would sell them one by one, means all those jewelries, he expected to get at least 5,000, and that was enough to make him happy for another year. Now, that was very enough for him to be happy for another year. Means he would generally do for 1 year, but this time he is going to apply it in a rich family that would be very enough for him for more than 1 or 2 years. There were three very interesting books coming up for the sale in the autumn. Means actually he does it only to satisfy his hobbies, because he well knew from his side that the three good books were coming and he had no money to purchase them. So that is why he had to plan this burglar attempt. Now he would get the money that he wanted to buy them. So he had seen the housekeeper hang the key to the kitchen door. Means he saw the keeper, means the watchman of the house, to to stuck the key at that place. That was a hook outside, and he put on a pair of gloves and took the key and opened the door very smartly. Means the thief Horace Denby had entered in the house. He was always careful not to leave any fingerprint, and he's a very smart enough person. This is a very specific line. He was as careful as always he would never leave any trace of any fingerprint. A small dog was lying in the kitchen. It stood, made a noise. The movement of the thief entering there made a noise, and he moved its tail. Means the dog moved its tail in a very friendly way. All right, Sherry. Means he knew his name also. Means the thief, it's a very prime need to know the name of the dogs and to be very friendly with them. That is why you could be very friendly with them and you can enter in the house very easily. So that was again one more uh, value point for a good thief. So he called the dog by his name, Sherry. And Horace said as he passed, all you have to do to keep dogs quiet was to call them by their names, number one, and show them love. And thieves know very well how to control the dog. So there are 2 points he is going to highlight them. One is that you have to call them by their names so that the dog would feel that the person entering in the house may be known person. And secondly, you have to show some love. You don't have to be frightened or run away, or you don't have to threaten the animal. You have to show a little. Showing love will make that animal your friend. The safe was in the drawing room. Narrator well knew how he could know the safe was in the drawing room, because he read about this house earlier in some advertisement. So the safe was in the drawing room behind a rather poor painting. Generally, people hide their precious safes behind some painting. So it was done here also. Horace wondered for a moment whether he should collect pictures instead of books. And the paintings were so good, maybe very costly paintings were in the house, that he was little wondered for a moment that he should collect pictures instead of books, because he was a books lover as well. But he there were paintings were so rare, so specific, that his attention was attracted towards them for just some while. But they took up too much room, means they will took too much space. So in a small house, books will be better. So then he decided not stealing paintings. There was a great ball of flowers on the table. Flower pot was there. There was a flower pot, and he very well knew that he was suffering from this tickle of hay fever. So definitely flowers will disturb him. And we had a rather okay. And Horace felt his nose tickling start because of those, the dust particles. So he gave a little sneezing. Sneezing started inside the house because he was touching the things, and definitely some dust particles will. And he was very prone to all these problems. So being prone to all these problems, he even little movement started making problems to him. And then put down his bag and he carefully arranged his tools. He had 4 hours before the servant returned. So he, do you know how smart the thief is? He arranged the where the safe is, how he would enter, how he would return, where is the alarm, where is the electric, wiring, and two servants are there. They went to see some movie and when they will come. He knew everything. So he had arranged every minute particular detail about the house. Then only he entered there in such a rich house. So he was very expert in this business, I can say. Now, the safe was not going to be hard to open, and being a thief, he well knew that he was not going to hard open for him. It's easy task. After all, he had lived with locks and safes all his time. It is not a Herculean task for him to open it or to break it, because he all the time he is dealing with locks and safes in his life. The burglar alarm was even poorly built. Burglar alarm was not good, that efficient enough. So he went into the hall to cut its wire. So he came back and sneezed again loudly as the smell of the flowers came to him again. The flowers, those decorative flowers in the house, that may be real flowers even. So their pollen dust started bothering him and he started sneezing back to back. How foolish people are when they own valuable things. So he is very happy. He entered in a house very easily. He is going to steal good amount of things from there, good amount of money it may be, or it may be jewelries, not money actually. So he is very happy with that idea, and so he says to himself, "How foolish the people are when they own valuable things. Why they be the owner of such valuable things to give a good opportunity to thieves?" So this comes to his mind. Horace thought. And second thing, he was very happy on the foolishness of people that a magazine article had described this house completely. How foolish the people are, giving all their house about details just to show off, and they give all these details in the magazine. And in a magazine article, it all was given. Giving a plan to the thief, the room, and the complete picture of room was given in that magazine. It gave a golden opportunity to such a thief to enter there and to lure about the jewels. Lure means attracted. Lalas आ जाना. The writer had even mentioned that the painting hid a safe. It was also mentioned in this. So with this information, actually he could gather the information. This will be a question for you. You will have to answer. But Horace found that the flowers were hindering him. Hindrance means obstacles, creating problems. So this is hindrance. So hindering is verb. So they were hindering means they were obstructing him. Flowers were obstructing him in his work, and the work was, that stealing or opening the safe. So he buried his nose in his handkerchief. Means he covered his nose with his handkerchief. Then he heard a voice that was saying from doorway. From door side he heard a voice. What is it? A cold or hay fever? Someone, a human voice asked to thief, that is Horace Denby, that Mr. Horace, not by calling name, what is it? The problem that you are suffering, what is it? It's a cold or a hay fever? Definitely he will be startled. Someone in the room is asking you about your problem, and it is a human voice. Before he could think, Horace said, "It's hay fever." And Horace was in such a, careless and jolly mood that he spoke, "It's a hay fever." And he found himself sneezing again. He was sneezing again, and but he, without seeing to the person who asked this question, he answered, "It's a hay fever." Hay fever, I told you, dry fever, or the fever that is out of summer. Summer fever, we can call it. He is sukha, dried. The voice went on, means the voice was coming from that side again. "You can cure it with a special treatment, if you find out just what plant gives you the disease. I think you'd better see a doctor if you are serious about your work. I heard you from the top of the house just now. Who is this? This is the speaker of these lines. These are inside the double inverted comma, and the speaker, I will not disclose him or her. The speaker said in a very friendly manner that I can tell you a very specific treatment for it if you want to do good in your business, in your work, and that work everyone can see what he was doing. And the lady or the person advised him to visit to a doctor, and the person said that he or she heard him from the top of the house just earlier. So person told him everything, seizing the thief in such a situation where he is in little back foot, and there was someone again in the house. He thought to the house thought to be lonely, but there was someone talking to him, and he talked with him. So who is the speaker and what happened afterwards in the story? We'll find it. We'll try to get it in the second part of the video. Till then, you please enjoy. You read the story, read the first part and the second part on your own, understand it well, try to answer the questions given in between, and stay safe. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.